going on YouTube? Better late than never. Here it goes. My prediction / breakdown of the fight. Who do I think is going to win? I'm going to get into that first instead of waiting to the end, where I will recap the same thing I said at the beginning. Dillian Whyte by knockout. I see a left hook being the beginning of the end for Rivas. I'm looking at in between the 6th and 9th round that Dillian Whyte will knock Rivas out. But by no means is that set in stone. That's just how I see it going. But Dillian Whyte could lose this fight. And for both fighters, it's a very dangerous fight. And I'm going to get into why. So we're going to talk about Oscar Rivas first, being that he's not that known. Oscar Rivas is an amazing boxer. Very good body puncher. Very good in and out movement. Head movement is great. And had an amazing amateur record as well. Now, you got to keep in mind, although Rivas is not as known in the professionals as he was in the amateurs, he's one of only 5 people to beat Andy Ruiz, who just beat Anthony Joshua in the amateurs, and he also beat Pulev, who is a force to be reckoned with in the pros as well. So this dude is an amazing boxer. As far as punching power goes, I don't see Rivas as a Mike Tyson style, I'm going to knock you out with one punch fighter. He's more of a methodical, break you down style fighter. And where he really shines it is his body work, but it's also his biggest flaw. And I'm going to get into that. So Rivas comes in really fast. He's in on you. But when he comes in, he kind of dips low before he comes forward. Instead of coming down with the forward motion, you'll see his knees drop, and then he'll dart across real fast. He normally goes with a 1-2, or when he catches you with the 1, he pulls back his guard, and he'll follow up with a left, right hook to the body. Very good body worker. Now, the reason why this is dangerous for Dillian Whyte is because we all know his lungs has not been always the best. His cardio has not always been up to par. And when you got somebody constantly beating you in the stomach, that's going to expose how in shape you really are. So Rivas could break Dillian Whyte down throughout the stretch of the fight as it gets deeper and deeper and that body work gets more and more. And that's what's scary for me about this fight. But like I said, Rivas has a really good tell where he drops, okay? Now, the good thing for Dillian Whyte about this is when Rivas drops down to come forward, he tends to let his hands come down low before he's even throwing the punches. His guard will drop and then he'll come. So that leaves all this open. Now, we all know Dillian Whyte's bread and butter power punch, which is weird for an orthodox style fighter, is his left hook. Now, when you've got a guy low coming in and you're both traditional, that means both your left hands are going to be close to each other, which means that this arm is very close to the other opponent's face, especially as he's coming in. So what Dillian Whyte has to do is wait for them body, wait for him to drop the dart in like Rivas likes to do and just come around, bow, hit him with the left hook. And I think that's going to be the shot that's going to start this all to be the beginning of the end, is that left hook, because Whyte is so powerful with that punch, which, like I said, is very rare for an orthodox to have knockout power in his lead hand with the hook. You've got guys with power in both hands, but not a lot of traditional style fighters come boom with knockout power with that left hook. It's just more of a stunning attack. So that is very good against Rivas. Now, what Rivas does really well is when he's right outside of the pocket, he's got great movement, like I brought up Mike Tyson earlier. That's who you really need to look at. He's got very good head movement. Dillian Whyte, a good fighter, but sometimes a little sloppy with his punches. And Rivas is a very good counter puncher. So if Rivas can stay right on the outside, and as you see, I got in this photo right here, the arm reach is very close to being the same. Now I know it says Rivas is 6 foot tall, but he's not. He's somewhere between 5'10 and 5'11", real height. Dillian Whyte is much taller than him, and you're going to see that when they're in the ring and they're both pretty much standing flat-footed with boxing shoes on. So, again, I see this going 6 to 9 rounds. Dillian Whyte by knockout. If Dillian Whyte cannot stop Oscar Rivas, and Oscar Rivas wells away, then I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't see Dillian Whyte making it to the end of this fight. I see around the 10th to 12th round, he's going to be so exhausted, a strong breeze will knock him over, and that's when Rivas will knock him out. Now, I don't know if y'all can see the actual knockout percentages, but I believe it says Rivas has a 69% in this little diagram, and he doesn't. I mean, he does, but this deceiving. Rivas is not, like I said earlier, just bam, one punch artist. He breaks you down. So early into the fight, Dillian Whyte doesn't have to worry about getting knocked out. It's very deceptive when you see people with higher knockout ratios, because when you see that automatically, you think they got that one punch killer, but they don't always have that. Sometimes they just break you down, and that's how they knock people out. And that's what Rivas does. Whereas Dillian Whyte's knockout power, which I believe should be 72%, is just pure power. It doesn't matter if it's the first round, 12th round. That's pure power right there. So when he knocks people out, he's not doing it from weathering them down, breaking them down. He's doing it from just straight boom out the gate like Deontay Wilder. So again, how I see this going, I believe Dillian Whyte's going to get the knockout in between the 6th and 9th round. And one other thing I want to get to before I conclude this, because I know I get on tangents. You're going to know early into this fight who's going to win this fight, in my opinion. The man who pushes the other man back is going to probably be the winner of this fight, because both these fighters are pressure fighters. So Dillian Whyte likes to come forward and get in on you. Oscar Rivas likes to come forward and get in on you. The difference here is Oscar Rivas normally backs people up. Dillian Whyte normally backs people up. So if Dillian Whyte can back up Rivas, that also takes away a lot of his to-the-body offense, because you can't go to the body as well moving backwards. So again, look for the control of who's pushing who backwards. And to conclude, and not to make this a 5-hour video, Dillian Whyte left hook is going to be the beginning of the end for Rivas. I believe he's going to end up catching him between the 6th and 9th round when people start to slow down a little. And if he doesn't catch him, I think Dillian Whyte should do good enough to win on points. But if Rivas backs up Dillian Whyte throughout this fight and is unloading on the body, I'm almost positive Dillian Whyte will get knocked out in between the 10th and 12th round. So that's the counter side. I'm sticking with the first one, 6th and 9th, Dillian Whyte by knockout, but I would not be surprised if Rivas wins by knockout in the 10th to 12th round by going to the body. So that's my 2 cents. That's my breakdown. If y'all want me to get more precise in these breakdowns, let me know. I can do more movement, show y'all more things. Just let me know how to improve this so we can get this really going. Thank y'all for watching like always. And like I said, coming pretty soon, y'all gonna see me in the gym.